Hey everyone, this is SamEatingWorld, and we are doing Nashville Hot Chicken today. Woo! Let's go, baby! The reason why I'm doing Nashville Hot Chicken is because I'm in Nashville. So I've been in Nashville about 2 years doing my day-to-day job, but I have a couple of friends that have visited me and people wanting to know about Nashville Hot Chicken and if it's really good. So I'm gonna go to 4 different places and do takeout and try it here today. Hopefully we're able to make an assessment of which out of the 4 is the best. Now there are many other mom and pop shops and other shops that do Nashville Hot Chicken, but the reason why I picked these 4 is usually they're the most touristy and also what people frequently visit. If my friends visit, or I'm able to give a good recommendation of one place if they must try one of these 4. So let's get into it. This is Jim, my friend. He's a Nashville native. Yes, he actually has a southern drawl, kind of. Not as bad as some other people, but.
Hi y'all.
And then this is Daniel, my roommate. If you don't know my Instagram, he's a trolling roommate that, anyways, you can look at my Instagram to find out more about my trolling roommate. So, let's get started.
All right.
Let's get started. All right, so try the tender first. Wait, first of all, this is all medium spicy, right?
Yep.
This is called 200 degrees. The restaurant's 400 degrees, so we got their medium.
I'm not a fan.
No, it lacks flavor.
It has back heat and it has nothing else. I mean, tenderness is pretty good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's tender, but
It's very tender. Not necessarily moist, but tender. But you're right, the heat, number one, the heat's not terrible, but it's not very tasty.
it's not a good. I'm not happy.
It's not very good flavor.
And also, it's not very crispy.
All right, next.
Princess.
All right, let's try Princess.
For the record, everyone, Princess is supposed to be one of the original hot chickens.
Yeah, I mean, it's known as a original hot chicken.
You can taste the flavor difference right away.
Oh yeah.
Flavor is amazing.
Yeah.
It's dry.
It's not bad.
No, it's dry.
It's a little dry.
There's much more flavor and seasoning. Surprisingly, it's not hot at all to me. Did you guys get medium?
No, this is medium. But the 400 degrees
Yeah.
was much more spicier than this.
Yeah.
But this is flavorful, dry. Yeah, IPs are the best.
What?
Yeah,
There's no spice on this.
yeah, it's fine.
But it has really good flavor.
So basically, I wanted to get a chicken tender, not a hot chicken tender. Right?
No. So you could always get a spicier one. So usually I'll get hot and Hattie B's. So Hattie B's is not known, besides Shut the Cluck Up, which is the hottest. Their medium is a little below average for spiciness, but hot is what I would usually get. This is a medium because we wanted to get medium across the board, but I would get hot and the flavor. The flavor is much better.
I think Princess flavor is better, but I agree the meat was dry.
Yeah.
The flavor in Princess, when it touches your tongue, you can taste it right away. Hattie B's is like, yeah, I mean, it's a chicken tender. It's good. Moist. A lot moister.
I think if you get hot in the Hattie B's, it'll be equivalent to the rest of them.
Yeah.
And I think the flavoring would be a lot more on a hot.
I just think the seasoning is completely different. I think Princess seasoning is more flavorful. I don't think it's just salt.
But it's dry.
Yeah, it's dry.
It is dry.
But this is moist. Hattie B's consistently for me has been moist. So that's why I enjoy Hattie B's. But I like Hattie B's.
Yeah, the crisp is good and the meat is moist.
So we'll get the verdict later.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but the spice is very uneven, which is...
So Bolton's is a little bit different from the other 3, is that they use a powdered spice. It's not a liquid spice. So they basically fry the tender or chicken, and then they sprinkle their powdered sauce on it. So it is a little bit different. That's why it's probably not evenly coated.
This is dry in every sense.
Yeah.
This is dry in every sense.
Super dry.
This tastes like I apologize. Like gas station tenders that it's frozen that you just.
Like if you ever go to Denny's late night and you want the
yes.
chicken tenders or whatever.
Denny's, IHOP, you know those fast food diners. That's what it tastes like with a little bit of spice.
Let me try the spice because that one had no spice.
Yeah.
Looking at the white meat of the chicken, it's like not springy at all. It's overcooked.
Everything.
My tender actually is pretty. It's not as dry,
Yeah.
but the seasoning is just not there.
Okay, just have the seasoning. It has a lot more heat. I think.
Yeah, I mean Bolton is the hottest one is known to be like
It's pretty hot.
deadly.
But because it's so like sparse, it's not very hot and it's not very good.
No.
I wonder if that was bad.
It's a little bland.
Yeah. Without any of the spice, because a lot of it's so unevenly coated, it's.
So we tried all four. Verdict. What would you out of the four? What would you choose? This is chicken tenders.
I would choose Princess because I believe that if I got another one, it would not be as dry. But the taste-wise, it's all there. I think even this one, it's not that dry. It's still edible. I like it.
Okay. How about you?
If you just go strictly with taste, I think Princess is probably the best. I will say that the moist factor, that's definitely Hattie B's.
Mm-hmm.
So I would choose Hattie B's, and that the whole point of this was because I have very inconsistent readings from Prince's, and usually it's on the dryness. When I want tenders, it has to be moist, and I know I could compensate it with getting a hotter version of the Hattie B's, and it'll still come out very consistent. Shall we go on to the main round?
Yeah.
All right, let's try it. So we got light meat, so basically breast meat for the whole chicken because I care about moistness, and if you could do white meat then I believe you could do everything well. So that's my criteria. So we're going with light. The only exception is Prince ran out of chicken breast. So we're just gonna settle for the wings. I know it's dark meat, so it might not be a fair comparison, but we'll make do.
Immediately, the skin is very crispy.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have the moistness that a really good chicken would have.
Yeah.
No.
I think it's been cooked in really old oil too, because it just doesn't.
Oh, there's that flavor, that old oil flavor. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, 400 is not that spicy. Something else has lingered in my mouth. I think it's Bolton's.
No, I think it's a Hattie B's white meat.
Definitely moist.
Yeah. Let's try the skin though. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
It is lacking in flavor a little bit compared to the other one.
I like this over their tenders though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's because has a little more spicy flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that was a little spicier, it would.
I think it has more seasoning too, just in general. I can taste the seasoning more. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you get it so moist every time?
I think they brine it before they fry it. So it sits in some kind of brine overnight or something.
To keep it moist?
Yeah. You can tell because the meat itself is very flavorful too.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe that's why. I mean, there's a lot more. It feels more complex, as in there's more flavor going on.
Yeah. Because like 400, the skin is flavorful. Once you get into the meat though,
Yeah, it's kind of
pretty
bland. Yeah.
But this one, even the meat is moistened and it has its own flavor. It's pretty good.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
The skin's good.
Yeah, I gotta say the skin's real good.
The skin's really good.
Yeah.
It's fried well.
Like 400 degrees, there's not flavor in the white meat, but this one was fried well.
The chicken's still a little bit moist.
Huh.
But Hattie B's is more moisture.
Yeah, that's not that moist, but it's a little bit. But that skin is really good.
That's surprising.
Me too. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Because I have so low expectation because of the tenders.
Even with the inconsistent spice, it's still pretty. Just the skin itself is really good.
Yeah. It's okay.
I'm just surprised Princess is not as hot as everyone tells me it is.
I will say the tender was a lot better.
Yeah.
What is your favorite, Jim?
For the breasts,
Yeah.
I kind of like Hattie B's best. For the breast.
Why?
Although it's juicy, it has a lot of flavor in the meat. I just wish it was a little bit spicier, more seasoning on the exterior. But overall, I think it's a really good, consistent. Like, I mean, Sam's right. I mean, when you go in there, you're going to get a consistent chicken. So I would rate that the highest.
I agree. Hattie B's is really good. The chicken itself is flavorful. But I'm gonna go with Bolton's because that initial bite, when I put it in my mouth and the seasoning just hit, I was like, whoa, that's really good.
Yeah.
So even though the chicken's not as flavorful itself, with the skin, I think it's good.
So I'm gonna go with Hattie B's. Now people might say, "Oh, I'm just being biased to Hattie B's," but honestly, I think consistency wise, for even the tender to the white meat, like the flavor is good. Maybe the seasoning is a little weaker because I will usually get hot. There's flavor inside the chicken, flavor outside the chicken, cooked well, crispy. So overall, if you were a tourist and you have one meal from these restaurants, which restaurant would you choose?
I mean, if you want like the original hot chicken,
that's what I'm thinking.
Then you're gonna have to go to Princess. Hattie B's is probably I think for me personally, I like Hattie B's better.
I honestly think I would choose, if I had a guest over, I would take them to Bolton's. And part of it is that, I mean, the reality is hot chicken is black food. And I think to get a proper experience, you need to get it from a... Now, I'm not dissing Hattie B, because I still eat there. I like their food. And if you want to eat indoors and you want to be comfortable, Hattie B's is the way to go. But I think Bolton, that flavor is just... That's the way we cook, you know? We don't measure things out. You dash till you said that's enough and you're done. So I think Bolton's is good.
Obviously for me it's Hattie B. If I took a tourist to one of these restaurants, I know I could give them a good product in Hattie B's. If you like this video, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and enjoy food, savor life, and eat the world. Thank you for watching. Woo! Alright. Eating World!
What the heck?